The Prime Minister is digging in, as we've seen earlier in the program, behind backbencher Gladys Liu, saying the only thing she's guilty of is giving a clumsy interview. Let's cross live to political reporter ELIZA Edwards. ELIZA, Scott Morrison has also characterised Labor's attack as a grubby smear campaign. He's raised the spectre of xenophobia in this.
That's right, Chris. So we saw the Prime Minister strongly defending Gladys Liu today as Labor continues to question whether the Hong Kong-born MP is loyal to Australia first and foremost. We saw yesterday she confirmed that she once belonged to 3 organisations with links to the propaganda arm of the Chinese government after failing to clarify those links during a disastrous interview on Sky News. The Prime Minister today admitting that that interview was clumsy, but he really went after Labor over its attacks and stopped short of describing the criticism of Ms Liu as racist.
There's 1.2 million Australians of Chinese heritage in this country. This has a very grubby undertone in terms of the smear that is being placed on Gladys Liu. And I think people should reflect very carefully in the way they've sought to attack Gladys over this matter and the broader smear that I think that is implied in that over more than 1 million other Australians.
Now, Chris, we saw Labor try to go after Ms Liu in Parliament today, unsuccessfully trying to force her to make a statement in Parliament about these links. And during that division, we saw government members really rally around her. She was wedged between Josh Frydenberg and Scott Morrison, and of course the optics of that are very important. This is what Labor's Mark Dreyfus had to say when pushing for that motion.
She's not prepared to front this House, of which she is a member, and fully explain the mess that she made on national TV on Tuesday night, the unexplained matters that remain unexplained by her written statement issued yesterday. This is a serious matter. It goes to whether or not the member for Chisholm is a fit and proper person to occupy the government benches which she is presently occupying.
Now, Chris, we heard fresh reports today that the Liberal Party was warned about Ms Liu's associations with organisations with links to the Chinese government long before she was pre-selected for the Victorian seat of Chisholm for the election. The Prime Minister today refused to comment on whether he's had briefings from ASIO about that matter.
Anyone who sits around the National Security Committee of Cabinet table, anyone who takes the management of our national security issues and how we deal with security agencies seriously, and to ensure that that is never compromised, to ensure that it is always carefully attended to, always knows that you are never in a position to be able to offer commentary on inquiries of that nature. That would be to undermine absolutely the nature of the relationship between agencies and the government.
Centre Alliance is still calling for a bit more transparency on this. They want the links between Ms Liu and the Chinese government investigated by ASIO. Chris.